question in itself, how is this a story of heroism, of being heroic and surviving? Well, could you imagine yourself in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico and a huge explosion happening and you getting off of it and going to see it? I mean, just that in itself, like, heroic. Like, not only saving the lives of, like, not only saving your life for a greater purpose of the people you have at home, but saving the people around you and the care and the necessity for everybody to work together to get off of the oil rig. I mean, extremely heroic. And those that passed away, how much they, I mean, some of the lives that we lost were in the effort to save someone else. That's extreme heroism. I think that we're going to see a story we haven't seen yet. We heard a lot about what happened to the environment, a lot about the political controversy surrounding it. We haven't talked about the lives that it affected and the lives that have to continue to move on with it in their memory and part of their past. So I think that heroism is actually almost an understatement. I feel like there's a lot of responsibility, and what I do usually with big responsibilities is, instead of looking at them as this like Mount Everest to climb, I stay very present in the experience. So every day I made sure to remind myself to keep her at the forefront of my heart, to keep her heroism, to keep her bravery, to keep her courage, to make sure that I was honoring every move that I made, representing her. I feel like that's how I take on a responsibility. Mark is incredible. I respect that man to no extent. He is so fun to work with. He is so kind and generous, and he's that way with everybody around him. But I'm telling you, like, they say action, and his eyes go wild, and he gets in it, and you're like, damn, There is a part where, we're trying to get off the oil rig together, and we get hit by a few explosions, and he has to pick me up off the ground, and I'm not a tiny girl, and he picked me up like he was picking up like a shopping bag. He was like, whoop, and every time it was like my feet got off the floor, and I was like, this man is strong. So, and his strength comes through in lots of different ways, but one of my favorites, definitely one of my favorite human beings.
Well, thank you so much for having me. This is quite an honor, and this movie was beyond an honor, and definitely something I'm very, very proud of. But this movie was exceptional. The sets were as massive as this room. The stunts were realistic, and they consumed you in a way that only a real life story can.